Back at the spot where me and Mikey were last, where there was a few foundations, missing house where the road used to go into a V, and I think this is the road here. I think this thin spot here is where it came down and met up across the street, possibly where the other road met, but it kind of looks like it between the way the trees are and everything. By the entrance, I end up finding something else. I didn't dig it live, but I should have. Something with a bunch of bells on it. I think it's something to do with Christmas, I believe. I don't think it's that old. I'm not sure why it would be here, but maybe they had it on an animal that jingled a lot or something. It's kind of neat. Not bad for the first find of the day. I have the 6-inch with me, and I think when I go up in here, it's real dirty. I'm gonna run the 6 and see if I can pull anything else out extra. Some old targets in here. Look at that square nail. It's got a lot of junk in there. Came up like a 2021. It's a nice old square nail. Definitely in an old spot. I've only just tickled this area, so I got a lot more to do. And when I'm done with this spot here, where I believe the house was sitting on top of, I'm going to do this area here. There's got to be something in there. I doubt anyone would have metal detected that because it's further away from the house. Most people hit the hot spots and then they run out of time and never come back. I put the 6 on because this place is really dirty and it's hard to swing in between all the junk. You bounce. So I put the small one on, and my next find is my second weed pipe of this general area. Must have been a lot of kids over here. Yeah, cute little garden snake. It's getting warm out, 70. He's big. Oh, look at him trying to attack me. He must be hungry. Weigh a little bit more than he could chew. Cleared from the street to here, which is about halfway until I get to the ridge. I found a lot of like 11, 12, 13s, 12, 13s, you know, V-nickel, nickel era, and it was just tinfoil. Did find an old worn out shovel. I mean, sucker's beat. It was a spaded shovel, larger size, and I just left it over there. I didn't film it. I didn't dig it up. I just walked by it. Next item I dig up, and this is the second one I've found of these. Found one at an old house somewhere. Oh, this might have gone to a drum. I'm not sure why this is on there. There's a hole through it. I don't know, maybe tie a string to it to see how much fluid is in a drum. But it's a nice piece for the junkyard. That's a solid piece of brass right there. Nice weight to it. I'm going to do more of this, and then after this I'm going to head that way into the fields where I found the bell and all the other good stuff, the horse ring guide. Scout in that area, maybe do some passes and see what I can find. $24, and it bounces to 26, all over the place. Got a barber. 1910. It's fairly clean too. 1910 barber. Alright, so I guess there's still some old here. I'm getting kind of close of cleaning this spot up. It's getting junky. I did put the 11 back on. I should probably be running the 6, but I was doing the woods and there wasn't very much in there, so I'm moved away from the one area of the woods. I came out. The house is sitting, or a barn, I'm not quite sure. That hump over there, that was probably a root cellar at one time. So I coming down the trail here, there's a lot of junk. I mean, a lot of scrap metal, a lot of parties. You can see like stones were set up in circles where people having campfires. They're all over the place in here, and people have been partying back here for years. There's beer cans galore. But over in that area, where you see some of the bigger green bushes in the side row here, is where I find the bells, or the bell, and the horse ring guide and some other stuff. So now I come over here and I end up finding another relic of some sort. It almost looks like a part of a binoculars, maybe. I have no clue. It's old though, definitely old. When I clean it up, I'll be able to tell a little bit more. But I'm going to search this area a little bit and pick up just about every single that I can get, and I'll probably end up doing some live ones here too, because for some reason there's better stuff over here. I'll be back. This is coming in 1819, next to where I found all the goodies last week. Decided to work this area a little bit slower and to get in some of the tighter spots like these bushes and stuff like that. Ooh, man, look at that, another piece of a bell. There could be more here in this field. Man, that stinks that it's broken. Oh, this might actually have a real pretty design on it. It's the 1700 model, the one with the flowers on it. Very, very nice. Always wonder what the inside looked like. I grid searched a good portion of this. It's fairly clean in the back. There's really nothing here, and I'm trying to guess. Was this cleaned out at one time? Like dozed? I figure if it was pasture, you know, with the crotal with the crotal bells and stuff like that, you would think there would be hooves and maybe cow tags back here, but there's nothing. Really nothing. Finally, I come up with a plow tip. But that's nothing special. I'm going to run off into those woods and see if there's maybe something back there. But if nothing, then I might make a beeline to the truck and hit another section that looked promising. I'll be back. Made it past the hump, went this way. And I'm digging this up. It's 2 cups that are squashed. I'm not sure the date on these things here. I see these once in a while. But, you know, it's made out of aluminum, so how old could it actually be? But they did have aluminum back in the 1800s. I don't know if this is that old, but it's kind of interesting. But I think I'm done with this place. I've hit that one last hot spot that I got a bunch of stuff at last week. Found a couple things here this week. I'm just going to putz around here for a second, and then I got another spot down the street I'm going to hit. I really don't think there's anything else here, besides a lot of bottle caps and pull tabs. I wanted to find the old road where it met into a V, and I found it. See, it goes right there. There's like a ridge. It was only a one lane road, so it wasn't wide back then. But that's the old road right there. Goes up there, and then the other road meets right here. So it would have made like a V. Then the house sat up there, the barn's in the back. But anyhow, I said, you know what? Let me go across the road and look in those woods and see if anything happened. You know, because it had like 2 old trees up here where the road would have went in between or off to the side. I'm not quite sure, but it just looked like a house sat here. Nothing indicated on the maps that a house sat back here, but let's see what's back here. So I get a 1213, thinking I'm going to pull up a nickel or something like that, and I end up pulling up a spoon. I would have to say this is pewter, because at 1213, 1213 brass normally doesn't ring up that, so this is most likely a pewter spoon. And I would have to say, as thin as this thing is, this is probably the 1700s. So I'm going to grid search this a little bit more and see if I can find anything else in here. I'll be back. Next is, I should have done this live. It was in 1819, but it's nothing special, I think. I don't know. But what is this? Look at it before. Is this a really old guitar pick? What is this thing? Yeah, 1819. So it's got a fairly amount of brass in there. No hole in the top, wouldn't be for a lure. And it's definitely old. I don't think there's any more of it in here. No, that's it. So, mystery item. It looks like it was cut with a pair of shears, though. It's got a rough cut. The next coin of the day, a 1986 Canadian penny. Not very old, but I'm hitting this one little area before I get to the next. And there's a lot of clad here, a lot of more recent activity, so I'm just waiting a few minutes, groundkeepers leave, and then I hit the next spot. An interesting piece. See the letters all the way around it. WN. Nope. I'm sure it probably spells something. Or maybe not. Yeah, boy. I think it broke off of something. I'm not sure. It's interesting. You can see right there, there's an impression. And it's a wheat penny. I didn't think there'd be one this close to the pavilion. You can see it there. I mean, it's got a beautiful, beautiful green to it. Let me clean it real quick, see if I can get a date on this one. Be interesting if it's real old, but probably get the curse of the 40s. Yep, I can just barely see it coming through in 1942. Still weedy. That's nice. Alright. I think I'm a little early for these county workers to be leaving anytime soon. So I think I'm going to go to another spot where there was an 1800 that was knocked down. And I'm going to go into the woods. See if there's anything in there. Maybe if I'm lucky I'll find a bottle dump. I haven't found one here yet. But it'd be nice to find one. I've seen this big hole in the ground, and I collapsed some of it when I stepped on it. I mean, looked like a baby bear lived in this thing. But anyhow, I ended up finding an old key. I should have done it live. But this is the first find back here, and I wasn't quite sure. Let's see what kind of key this thing is. I'd go to an old car of some sort. Cleveland, Ohio, 146. No idea. Looks like a car key. I'm only going to do a little bit of this. I've been meaning to go across the street. There's supposed to be an 1800s that sat there. I did part of it before, and I didn't come up with anything, but I never went in the woods. So I'm just seeing what's here. Not much of anything, but I'll keep searching. Still in the woods. Next relic is a harmonic reed. There's only the end piece. You could see where the small cord was here, and then when it went larger down. But I'm just about done with this cluster, and I'm going to be heading off into the other woods. Sun's about 3/4, so I got to hurry up. Coming up. Not too bad. It's kind of choppy all over the place, but it's kind of like in the 20s. Sometimes it goes to 30, but we shall see. That big old root right over here. A lot of roots. By the way, that's my daughter's doing. She did my nails. I'll let her do my nails, I don't care. Let me turn this thing off. Very strange. That's over here. Might be a couple signals in the hole. Whatever it is, I think it's small. Oh, look at that. I popped it out. It's a mercury. 2 pieces of silver for today. Nice. It's a 1941. Just like the wheats. She's kind of pretty looking. Not a scrapes on her, but 1941. All right. What's that? A wheatie and 2 silvers. Part of a croton bell. I think that's it. Oh, and that weird eyepiece. All right, let me keep going. I don't have much left of this place to do. This place really doesn't have much in it. This was a trash. Actually, I should go back over this. There might be more in there. I have a shank in my shoe. Yeah, there's some iron. I can hear the iron. So anyhow, a little bit more left to do, and I'm probably going to call it quits. I don't know much of anywhere else. Well, actually, I got that one spot. Maybe those workers finally left. Maybe I'll head over there and see what I can find. I'll be back. Maybe. Well, I've been to a couple more spots where there was 1800s here. And I decided to do this front here. I did some of the backs. There was nothing left. Pretty much clean. But I did find a cool old lock. Pretty much falling apart. It's probably from the 40s, I would expect. There was a bullet sitting next to it too. So I'm going to hit this area a little bit more and see what I can find. been a lot of artifacts in this area. I found also a part of some door hardware. I found some door hardware, and I have to wait until the ants decide to disappear. But I ended up finding a bell. This would have probably went to an old phone, but it's filled with ants. I wish I had a little bag with me, but pretty cool. Let me keep searching in this area and see what else I can find. The next relic of the day, I believe I found a compact. I drove down the street a little bit further. It's got red paint in it still. Barely. That's all that's left of this tin. Got a little bit more to search here, and I think I'll be done for the day. Hopefully I can find a little bit more. Alright, I am whooped. I lost my bottle of water. I did hear a thud a long time ago, and I never looked back. That was a mistake. Last find of the day. I found everything but the kitchen sink. Yeah, it looked like the sink lost the hot side, and that looks to be broken off. Maybe that's why they got rid of it, but I don't know. Pretty cool relic. It'll be I don't know, it'd be a shame to get rid of that for brass. I don't know if the other piece is in here. I don't think so. I think that was long missing. Anyhow, I'll be back with a wrap-up. The hunt for today ended up getting 72 cents. Some door hardware, tobacco pipe, shotgun stamp. This is modern day. I think this probably came off a pair of overalls or a jacket. I'm not sure what this thing is. An old faucet. That was interesting. Part of it's broken. Old lock. I couldn't read the name on there. It's been pretty badly deteriorating. Compact. An old bell. I finally got all the ants out of it. It's definitely an early bell for a telephone. This has some writing in it. This went to a 55-gallon drum, and this was made in 1982, so it's not very old. What else? Key. This is interesting. This is copper on one side, and it's silver on this side. So this is a silver-plated piece of copper that was somehow cut out into a teardrop of some sort. There's no name on it, no markings. Very weird. I thought it was an aluminum at first, but looking at the age of this, I had to test it with an acid tester, and it showed up as being silver. Harmonica reed, Croto bell, 1942 wheat penny, a 1986 Canadian, 1910 Barber, 1941 Mercury, 1800 pewter spoon. The very cool looking square nail, it's all intact. These things always ring up nice, false positives. And this is an interesting piece. This isn't very old. It most likely was probably ripped out of somebody's car and chucked in the woods or something like that. This is from India, and it's kind of like I'm not sure, like a good luck, type of a charm. And this is from China, and this is called the Chinese lucky knot. When you put them both together, it's kind of like peace and harmony type of thing. So that's interesting. My wife recognized it, so she looked it up for me. I would have just thought it was for something for Christmas, to be honest with you, but there was more meaning to it than I actually literally thought. So that's a pretty good hunt. That was 6 hours, a long 6 hours. I hit a lot of old 1800 sites that have been hunted out. We're talking about everybody and their mother knows about these places. and I was still able to pull out relics, some places that people missed. There's a few more left there, and I came home and had a tick on my neck, and yeah. So I think I'm going to be done with the woods, unless I really lather up in some tick spray or something like that. And I didn't have any on this time. I was using some last year, but it's tick season, and I want to do some more houses and get into some older homes and see what I can dig up there. I do have some more woods picked out, not of that place, but other places, and I'm dying to get into there. Until that happens and the ticks die down a little bit when it gets colder out, I think I might start exploring that. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. For you non-subscribers, please subscribe. I'll have more videos like this every single week. Yeah, until next week, have a good day, and bye.